off and the clock has started.
Roger, 0G, and I feel fine.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode number 4 of Two Old FUTs weekly FIFA podcast with myself, Chuffsters, and Mr. Dryside. How are we, mate?
Good evening, how are we all? I'm good.
Yeah,
Ready for another show.
We've managed to stick to doing another week. We haven't had a gap, so we're doing pretty well, I think.
No injuries?
No injuries.
No illnesses?
Well, my ear's still hurting, but let's not get into that. Otherwise, that's an hour just of me going whining on about it.
What'd you say?
My ear. Oh no, I fell for it. Oh, I can't believe I fell for that. That is such a schoolboy error from me. Oh, that's embarrassing. I'm going to have to hang my head. I'm actually blushing right now. What a 1-0 Dryside. Guys, what have we got in store for you today? We're going to be talking, obviously we're having a bit of catch up, what's been going on. We're going to be talking Team of the Year. We're going to be giving you a quick fire verdict of what we think. Rating, likes, dislikes, what we could have done better. Then we want to talk to you about the headliners. Obviously, a big promo happening on Friday. You should be listening to this on Friday. So, for those listening, then that is today. So, have a little talk about the way you're doing it and go through that whole of that. Then, I think we want to go through this questions. So, questions are starting again. Guys, if you have got questions for us, please tweet us at Two Old FUTs. You can tweet us, DM us, tweet at us. You can also tweet directly at myself, Chuffsters, or at Dryside, Miami, with questions as well. But it's best to do it through Two Old FUTs. Make sure you follow us on Twitter as well. And you can get your questions featured in the podcast. We do this section every week. So we'll have questions. And then finally, you've got something for me at the end, haven't you, Dryside? Something new we're doing?
Yes, we're doing a new challenge. So it can be on the podcast. It could be, outside of the podcast, but be recorded, whether it be on Twitch, YouTube, whatever it might be. But we're going to set each other challenges. If anybody has any ideas, by the way, for challenges, by all means, throw them our way and we'll have a look at them. DM either of us so the other one doesn't know.
Yeah, because that's it. The challenges are unknown. This week. I don't know what this challenge is. No idea. So it'd be quite... I'm nervous. Because I know you're going to try and stitch me up. Just for all the times I carry you on Fortnite, I just know you're going to try and stitch me up.
Yeah, it's a getting back. I'm going to have a really good one for you. No, to be fair, this will benefit you. It will benefit you, and you'll thank me in the end.
We'll see. We'll make sure you stay tuned to the end, everyone, and you can find out at the same time as me what this challenge is and whether I accept it. I guess I have to accept it, so there is no choice. Excellent. Well, let's get started, shall we? Let's talk. What's going on? What's been going on in the world of Dryside?
Well, what's been happening the last week? I still haven't played. I haven't got back in the weekend league yet, just because things have been quite busy. I've messed about with my team. I was playing about with Team of the Year. I don't think I didn't go back in the weekend league because I think the main reason was FIFA swap or icon swaps were coming up again. So I obviously wanted to drop down to Div 10 to do those again. No, I didn't drop down that far. Only went down to Division 8. So yeah, nothing's really changed dramatically.
Absolute filth.
It is dirt. No, and don't criticize me. There's others out there doing it. The problem we'll have is, and this is my biggest gripe, because it's a knock-on effect. Because I'll complain, I'll be in Div 5, Div 4. Sometimes I'll be in Div 1. But so and you'll all relate to this. You'll be playing the game, and somebody will be doing it to you. You'll be going, hate these people dropping down divisions, and people will always say, "Oh, this guy's got a god team, and he's dropping down divisions to do the challenge." Those aren't the guys you've got to be afraid of. It's the guys that have the Troy Daneys, the
ones doing the objectives. They're the ones, because that if you're in Division 2, for example, and you face somebody, or Division 4, and you face somebody doing the objectives, a lot of the time they're probably to Division 1 or 2 because they're dropping down just to do it.
Yeah,
and they're good.
They don't play with god teams. God teams are the ones you should beat. It's the ones that have very standard teams that are playing in Div 8 and they're smashing you 3-0 by 5 minutes. So you end up getting sick of those players, and you go, you know what? I've had enough. I'm going to do it myself. So it's a complete knock-on effect because you'll do it. You'll
Well,
then get down to div 8, div 9, and the person playing you will go, "You're dirt." But they're sending every messages, whatever. I've had loads of messages in the past about doing it, but it kind of makes it a bit funnier when you get messages.
yeah, I'm still in Div
Almost like a
4.
release.
I've not gone down. I actually got promoted doing the last set from Div 5. Like reality, I'm a Div 3 player. Well, I was only I did get into Div. Okay, I did get into Division 3
1
once.
week.
I sent a tweet. I hit Division 3 for the first time. I sent a tweet, all proud of myself, with a cheesy smile, saying, "First time this FIFA, Div 3, so happy." And everyone's coming back, congratulating me. 3 games and 45 minutes later, I lost all 3 games. Another tweet had to go out with a picture of me going back to Division 4 with the words, "Didn't last long." It was so
See,
sweaty.
this is the difference between me and you. You're proud to get into Div 3. I'm actually proud getting to Div 10. And then I'll get a message from my mum, seeing a tweet saying, "Well done, son, you've made Div 10." She has no idea what's going on. She just sees this as a major achievement. Like, thanks, mum, but why you follow me on Twitter? Because that's Twitter.
I'm finding it a lot easier. I'm finding the objectives easier. I lose. I play first
Yeah,
goal.
yeah,
Like
they are.
if I can't win, then I quit out and let them win. Like if I'm half time and I'm 1 down, I just quit out because there's no point. Because if you have to win the game. And I lose some, and I win some, and I've pretty much stayed where I am. So I got promoted and I've stayed where I am. So it's all good. But you've got your icon? We've got a new signing, haven't we, now for you from Icon Swaps?
Yeah, so who did I got, I got Zambrata. So I have my mindset that I'm not gonna go for another keeper. If anybody doesn't, on the first set of icon swaps, I went for Schmeichel, and we both agreed at the time. I said, that it's a good move, it's a solid keeper. It'll do you for maybe 3-4 months. No, he done me for about 3-4 weeks max.
Yeah, that's
It,
the
it just
story
it
of Icon
just
Swaps.
it just tarnished my whole history of how good Peter Schmeichel was in nets. He was absolute dog shit. Um, But he's there when I do. I suppose he's good when you're doing rivals because he's somebody you can just draft in as a keeper and you can use him in that way because you only need 9 players from a certain league and you've got a decent keeper. Well, when I say decent keeper, so yeah, I went for Zambrata and I had Rio Ferdinand from the past one. So my full back line it's completely untradeable now, and I actually think it's endgame. You've got Rusalin and then Ferdinand, PK, and Zambrata, if I remember. Um, so, and for anybody who's thinking about who you should do for the icon swaps, as much as a defender isn't that exciting, Zambrata he's solid, doesn't make any mistakes. 91 pace, 84 dribbling, 82 defending, 84 physical, 82 passing, even 72 shot. You can't get any more stable than that at the back.
Well, it's his
What do you
4-star
think?
skills and 5-star weak for making him a good player as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's an all-rounder. If you just want an all-round solid right back, then he's your man. He'll do a job for you.
And
Because they're not the sexiest positions. Let's be
no,
honest.
they're not. And it's ones you don't like spending money on. Like, I've bought a few players. Like I bought Pele, mid Pele, 95 Pele, which I've been talking about for weeks. I used him for 4 games and I sold him. And then
Who's the match you sold him after?
it wasn't because it's after playing you, but not because he was bad. I really liked him, but I was like I can get Team Dia Kante, Team Dia Dillit, I can get some great cards in, and it'd be better for the team.
Yeah.
Pele was great, but he was not 3.5 million great. So I got rid of him. I did the same, but even worse with Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I bought him after getting excited of packing Robertson, Team Dia Robertson. I got excited. I was like, right, I'm going to go and buy Trent then. I bought him, and then I looked at him, I was like, oh, he don't actually fit my team. And also, I don't want to spend $1 million on a right back. Like, no.
Yeah.
So I sold it without playing a game.
Yeah, I'm so bad at doing that as well. It's just I love changing the team, and like the whole Pele thing was funny because if anybody doesn't know or watch the stream of yours, that after the stream that day, you played me and Ferdinand had Pele in his pocket, and then I got a call from you, and I knew your bottom lip was going. I didn't want to say, but I knew you
Cool.
were.
No, it was when I was carrying you, when you were injured on the Fortnite field, and I was carrying you to safety. I was literally running across the field, getting peppered with bullets as I was saving your ass. And and I just said, "Oh, Pele's gonna go."
You're just really emotional, and I turned around, and for any of the listeners who play Fortnite, which I know you probably a lot of you do, Chuff spent more time in the bush considering who his next signing was going to be
That is
than actually
true.
helping me.
Yeah, that is true.
I think I must have had maybe 11 kills. We actually won the
11
game.
kills. You've not got 11 kills in your total Fortnite career added together.
On the way it was one, it was just double vision.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it was funny. You just playing Fortnite, thinking, who am I going to buy next? Oh, where's Dryside? Oh, I must go to this bush and see where he is.
Yeah, I like that
So
hanging out in
that's
the bush.
that's where we contemplate our FIFA decisions is in Fortnite. That's where we get our thought process is in the Fortnite games.
Well, we thought about doing the podcast while we were playing Fortnite, didn't we? Because we
We
generally
did.
chat
Yeah.
as we play Fortnite. So we have contemplated just doing the podcast as we play Fortnite because that's generally how we talk. Which you never know, that might happen at some point. You never know, do you?
Yep.
You never
Yeah,
know.
things lead everywhere. So that's good. Yeah, so mine was Umbrella. You got Pele. You then messed about your team because you couldn't decide. But what's your team? What's your full team now? What's your set 11?
I don't have one. I don't have one. It's weekend league tomorrow. If any of you don't know, I love weekend league. I play every single weekend league. I love it. I choked elite badly last week. I was 18-4. I was playing with some of the best FIFA
Well,
I've
you
played
were.
in a
That's
long
right.
time. I was on it. I was switched on. I was concentrating. I was composed. I was taking my time. It just flowed so nicely. And the main thing was the composure and just taking my time, not trying to sprint forward. Really, the two things that made the difference. And it just fell apart in the last night. I played some proper good players, played some verified players. So that's guys who have got 27 wins because we checked them out on FUTWiz, their names after. And I just couldn't get what he needed, even to get elite. I was tired. Trying to filter the games in for anyone. I stream every day, all day, and I struggle to get the games in. So I don't know how other people do it. It's really hard, and it took its toll. So I've my team's not complete. I'm missing a striker, a right back, and a centre back because I sold Van Dijk because he's out of pack. So I was like, well, I'm going to sell him at the peak out of pack, so I'm going to buy him back tomorrow night when we get the headliners promo. And then I need a new striker who I can't decide on, which I'm just torn. And that's where I am really. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. It depends how much coins I've got. I don't know. Once buying,
Yeah.
I don't know. I might have 2 million for a new striker or something.
Do you think people are going to wait for obviously weekend league starts in the morning? I may play it this weekend. I haven't decided, but do you think people will wait, for the likes of headliners to think, well, I could get a better team before I even start? Because people you're so big into having a great fast start on weekend league, or do they play in the morning and wait and see if maybe improving the team? I don't know.
I
I don't know what the thought
think
process for somebody.
I think most will, like, it depends how you take it. Yeah, a lot of people will try and have a team ready for when they play, but a lot don't start weekend league till Friday afternoon, evening. But the only reason I'm not going to build my team till Friday evening is because Team of the Year has wiped out everyone's clubs. Like my club is bare bones with the number of upgrades I did to pack Robertson. So I packed my first ever Team of the Year, guys. First ever Team of the Year in 7 years. Three of those I was a pay-to-win player. This year's my first time, and eventually, after God knows how many upgrades, I got Team of the Year Robertson, or Robinson, I think I was shouting on the clip. Super excited. I'm pretty sure I was like, it's Robinson. And everyone's like, I'm unsubbing, I'm off. You're an idiot. And
It's in the last hour as well.
it was
Very last hour, between
literally
5 and
the
6.
last hour. But I think a lot of
Yeah,
people
I
now, they've
remember.
got no money. Like, people are putting FIFA points on. People are drained of money because they've blitzed it for Team of the Year. People have not got any packs
Yep.
saved because they've used them all for Team of the Year. People haven't got any players in their clubs because they've used them Team of the Year. People are saving rewards for tomorrow night because EA are doing headliners, which we'll come on and talk a bit more in a bit. And I think that generally there's just not much action. Like, Team of the Week came out yesterday, and Aguero and Rashford, they were extinct all night because nobody was opening packs.
Yeah.
So nobody was getting them. So the transfer
was
market this morning as well for rewards, normally on the PlayStation, because I'm up all day looking at it. There's normally about 7 million items on a Thursday morning. There was like 4.5 today because nobody's
that's
opening
right.
packs.
Yeah, it was dead.
Yeah. So it's been a good week. My little boy's birthday yesterday, so I took the day off from FIFA, went to the zoo, and that was really nice. And then made a little video slideshow for him. But we got the family coming over on Sunday, so I made a 6-minute slideshow.
More tears.
Oh, honestly, it brought me and my wife to tears. It is gonna. There's not gonna be. If somebody's not crying, then I'm gonna have a go at them. I think I'm gonna make them cry somehow.
Yeah.
Everyone has to cry, but no, it's amazing. So yeah, it's a nice break from FIFA. You need it sometimes, and because I play it every day, it was a lovely break. So yeah, that's pretty much my
Yeah, they.
Team of the Year hangover for me. I talked about the upgrades, and I don't know what. Let's talk about team of the year. So we don't want to go on it for too long because it's done, it's dusted. You either loved it because you packed one, or you hated it because you tried everything you could to pack one. But Dryside, what do you like? What did you? I don't know how much you put into it, like into how much time and effort. But also, give me like your rating, what you disliked, liked. Quick summary, and anything you would have maybe done or added an SBC or something you may have put in to make it a bit better.
I think it was one of those ones where you can't ignore team of the year. It's a great promo. Everybody builds up to it. Everybody sells the club, gets really hyped up, gets excited. But I guess we'll have to always go back. And I was guilty of it too, and you are as well. That you go into the promo thinking, great, I could pack one of these cards. But we always go back and say that the chances and the odds, I think we talked about it the other day, the odds of you getting one of these cards at the early stages, I know at the end it looked like they were giving them out, to everybody, but it's like 0.01%.
Yeah.
And people holding on to certain packs, open it a certain day because you're not sure about when to open them.
Because somebody did an analysis of, and it was on Twitter, I don't know how accurate it was, but they did an analysis of Castro's pack. So as we all know, right, Castro, part of his kind of model is puts lots of money on and open packs, and that's part of the business model. And therefore, somebody used the amount of packs. I think he kept track, or somebody kept track, or whatever, and they worked out how many packs he'd opened, how many points he'd spent, how many team of the seasons he pulled. And basically worked out, and they worked it out that the odds from the packs, so the actual, so looking, it's like a regression analysis, I guess, looking at past data, was the 0.06% from actual data.
Yeah.
And that's quite a decent sample, really. It's obviously not the best, but it's a good sample. The amount he's opened, it's a huge amount he's opened. I can't remember how much in terms of money, but it's huge. But 0.6% based on his pack openings is absolutely ridiculous. And based on that, I think we were talking about needed about 2 million FIFA points per team of the year, or something like that, as a rough estimate for what you're talking about, which is nuts.
It's funny, somebody else was talking about it, and I was listening to another podcast somewhere, I can't remember which one. But they said between Castro and Bateson, they opened, in terms of like actual monetary terms, £13,000 worth of packs.
Yeah, I reckon it's probably more than that.
£13,000, and could have been, was it 13 or 30? It could be one or the other. I'll even lowball the 13.
I reckon it'd be more like 30, honestly.
Yeah, well, if it was 30, even worse. And they got one. He got one team of the year. I think he got Robertson.
They got quite a few over the course of the whole thing.
Over the course,
yeah.
It must be at the time I listened to that podcast. Then it must have been 13,000, and they'd got nothing.
Yeah, the first night, I don't think they did. Because the
first, which is insane. So it just shows you.
I think what I liked is, and I wasn't there, but I know from what Castro, I think, tweeted or maybe said in his stream, because everyone's like, damn, dude, you just spent £5,000. I think he even said, yeah, but this is kind of my job. Like, I've earned more than that. This is my business. FIFA points are an expense. He went into detail. He effectively said, look, guys, just remember, this is not me putting, my business is, I spend money on FIFA points, I earn money from streaming, which covers that. So I think he's already earned more than double just from the stream. So to try and, which I like that, because it gives people the realistic understanding that for Castro's not just a normal person, his job is to open packs. That is his business model. So you don't, because it's good, because then younger viewers don't think, oh my God, he's opening that, I want to spend all my money on them. If they can see it more, well, that's his business, that's what he does. They'd be like, well, I don't have the income to, it's and I think a lot of them saying, look, if you want to have a flurry, go for it, but don't go chucking loads of money into it.
Yeah, you have to be socially responsible as well, and they are people, like not at the level of footballers, but they are people that young kids look up to.
Yeah,
and you have to send the message saying, this is my job, this is the income I put into it. Same as if it was me, if you're a mid-30s single person with no kids and you've got a good disposable income, it'll be different to somebody in their 20s or early 30s that have maybe 2-3 kids and whatever it might be. Everybody's in their own situation, but you have to be sensible to think about, can I afford it?
Yeah.
If you can't afford it, just don't do it. But if you can, we have no problem with anybody opening a pack. I'd be the first person to say, if you're putting money into the game, that's that's fine. It's up to you. I don't do it because we want to run an RTG, etc. But it's like gambling. You do it if you can afford it, or like anything else, shopping, whatever, buying cars. We're not here to judge people. So but it's just it's one of those things where it's just there's such a low percentage of you getting something, even
Yeah,
if it's not team of the year. Take team of the year out of it. If it's just normal packs, you think how hard it is to even to get a good, to
oh,
get
it
an
is.
icon or get a Messi or anybody else.
It is.
It's an ongoing thing.
A
So
lot of
no,
people, a lot of
that's right
people,
about it.
yeah, a lot of people I saw saying I don't like it because I've not packed one and I've opened 100 upgrades. Now, obviously, but realistically, you shouldn't get one. Or people
Yeah, you
would be on
shouldn't.
stream and they'd be like, I've just done 200 quid and not packed one. That's shit. That's shit. Like I should. And I'm like, no, you shouldn't. Statistically,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have got no chance. Like so an EA tell you the stats. I know they don't give you, but they tell you it's under 1%, which is enough for
Mm-hmm.
anyone to work out that you're not. You need at least 100k packs, at least, even if it was at
Yep.
1%, that's 100k packs, which are 2,000 FIFA points ago. So that is 200,000 FIFA points if it was 1%. Now we know it's a lot less than 1%. So that's what we're saying. It's more like 2 million or 1.5 million or whatever. So that's what, people judging the promo because they didn't pack one from doing, like me, I did 500 up. No, I didn't. Sorry, I did about 250, 300 upgrades. I eventually got one. I was lucky, like lucky, because odds on I shouldn't have got one. Um,
Yeah.
so,
And
like,
it's funny how fickle we all are
yeah,
because I ended up packing from the packs that I had built up from rival rewards and everything else and marquee matchups. I packed the likes of Sergio Ramos. I packed the likes of Inform Harry Kane. Packed the other big cards. Any other time of the year, you'd be like, God, it's amazing. I just packed some really good pulls,
yeah.
but because it wasn't team of the year, I thought, nah, it's rubbish.
And
And we're all guilty of it.
that's the time of the year we're in with FIFA now, isn't it? Where it's
Hmm.
all of a sudden those cards, which I do love the first couple of months of FIFA, the first 2 months, because every card is, you pack 86s, you're like, yes, an 86, oh, wicked, they might fit in your team and
Yeah.
everything. Whereas now, everyone expects to pack a team of the year, like we all would love to, but we know realistically they can't increase the pack weight because not everyone should have
No.
5 team of the year cards, right? If you play the game loads or you trade or you spend a hell of a lot of money, then yeah, you're probably going to be able to afford 5. But you can't have everybody. If everybody in weekend league, even if you played FIFA twice, just say you played a weekend league once every month, you should not like, and you don't put money in, you don't really grind the game, then you shouldn't really have because it take the if everyone had the same team, it wouldn't really be worth doing anything because you'd be like, well, I don't need to play the game to have the best team. It kind of isn't that
Well,
mode.
yeah.
That mode is like kickoff or something like that, where
Yeah. I think
you
we
you can do that.
I think we touched on it in the last podcast. I think that, the reason why they don't give out all the good cards all the time because people grind because they want to achieve something. If they give out all the icons, people wouldn't play the game.
No, exactly.
You think if you got a really good team, at times I get a really good team with players, and I maybe have a bit of a break because I think, well, I've got a great team, I'm not fussed and playing. But if you have to grind, you'll play a lot more like the rivals. I still think the objectives for the icons swaps is a great mode. Although I don't think I would put it on rivals.
No, I
I
agree.
would
I
have it in
like
its own
it.
individual mode.
Yeah.
It's a genius thing because I actually really enjoy playing with a very average team against other people that have an average team, and I think that's where they have to move it from being on rivals to maybe you might have it on rivals still, but have it on rivals icon objectives mode.
Yeah,
Where
you've got to select an objective and you only play people. You won't get points. Like you don't get
exactly.
points, you don't get promotion things. So literally there's no benefit to you
No.
playing in there with a normal team. The only thing you can do in that is complete objectives. Because it is amazing. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it. I did some on stream today. I was doing the
good
French
fun.
League objective and I was using Futmas Mendes. I was using that Boulaya Futmas card. I was, and I was
Hmm.
really enjoying it. I had like normal Ben Yedder up front. And I really enjoyed it. Really did enjoy it because
Yeah,
they obviously face a god team that started smacking me, which was a bit of a pain. But no, I really enjoyed it for the best part, and I do, yeah, I agree with you.
yeah.
It's they are good things. So with team of the year, let's sum it up. Give me a rating out of 10.
Out
Then
of
tell
10.
me the bullets. Like,
Ooh,
what did you like? What did you like? And one thing, like a different type of SBC or whatever you would put in there.
I would say I'll give it a 7 out of 10, mainly because I didn't pack one. It's not EA Sports' fault. It's just my thought process that I'm just disappointed because everybody else got one. I didn't. That's just a jealousy thing. I think the best thing that I got out of it was probably the SBCs were really good. I enjoyed those coming out of it. I think if
Yeah,
I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Bernardo Silva was part of the SBCs on
Bernardo Silva was
that, was he?
brilliant. Yeah,
Yep, I bought him, and actually from getting him, from in my club. and using everything in my club that I had left and being able to get him, I'm kind of pretty satisfied that you know what, it was a good promo. I didn't get a team of the year, but I did get a really good card out of it. And anybody who doesn't, Bernardo Silva will probably agree. And if you haven't, it's like that's obviously finished.
I
But
think he's
yeah,
disappeared. EA have had a problem, shock,
yeah,
where
they've
Team
moved it, haven't they?
SBCs have
Or they tried to move
disappeared.
it.
Yeah, but okay. And
Yeah,
what did you dislike about the promo?
I didn't get one.
It's
That's
funny,
all
isn't it? How it
yeah,
does
that's
change
all I'm
you.
gonna say.
I
And you got one, so that makes it even worse. Actually, make it a 4 out of 10.
That's 4 out of 10. I'm gonna me doing the same. I would say honestly about it's a tough one. I would say a 5 or a 6. If I take into
Mm,
actually no, it's taken into the fact that I packed one. I'd say a 7 because I think Moments Hazard is a great card. It's no expiry, so you can grind it for the rest of the game. I think that's great. I don't think it's
yep,
that bad value, 1.3 million or whatever it is for a 95 rated Eden Hazard, which if he was on the market, it'd probably be about 1.8 million
yeah,
anyway. Yes, you get untradeable packs, I know, but
easily.
I like that. I love Bernardo Silva, like 300k. He is a dream to use. I love the pack. I packed my
Yep,
first ever team of the year. The daily SBCs were pretty good. And obviously trading around those daily SBCs was really, really, really fruitful. So I like that. But obviously they're the main things I
yep,
liked. And that's not much of it is to do with the content. Obviously the team's great and OP. But on the downside for me, there was some kind of pretty big gaps. Marcelo only being an 88, whereas David Luiz is a
yeah,
90
true.
rated. Doesn't make sense. Marcelo
Mm-hmm.
always had a higher rated card than David Luiz. I think in every FUT he's always had a higher rated card, and I think his base card's pretty much always been higher as well. Yeah, it has. I think David Luiz has only ever got to like an 86, maybe 87.
Yeah,
Marcelo's always been higher, so I don't get that. David Luiz again, it's like, come on, give us something different. We didn't get any content on the final day, on the Monday, which was a bit of a shame. We just had one really bad, the worst SBC we'd had. Too many untradables for reward, I think, is not the route to go in FIFA. I think that's, I don't think that people argue, oh, it's because SBCs can be cheaper, but I don't think the SBCs they put untradeable rewards on were cheaper. So I just think that's complete bullshit. And then
yeah, totally.
the final one for me was CR7 winning the 12th man because obviously everyone would have
You
taken that
just,
loan
yeah,
card so you can use it in friendlies. So
you just
it's
nailed it in the head. I think, yeah, go back to what you said about my negatives. I think, yeah, you maybe think there again of why I thought certain elements were negative. I just think that, well, Lewandowski, people that didn't get into it, that actually probably on merit should have, and even on the 12th man, should have been ahead of Ronaldo. And I know why EA done it because it'll sell packs. You know, people want the best, and he's a 99, so he's actually ahead of some of the players who made the team
I
in
know it's
terms of
mad,
stats.
isn't it? But I guess he
But
has to be a
why not
bit.
make? Of course he does. Yeah, in the last podcast we were talking about it, saying that I said he'll definitely get into it. I also said can't get into it for win the World Cup. He did.
Oh
I'll take
yeah,
credit for that.
yeah, true. And he's
Um,
97 this year as well, not 96. And he's an
yeah,
absolute
but why
monster.
not? Why not? But why not make the guys that came in the 12th man? Why not make them all? Why did not just put all of them in and make it as a sub bench? Just say there you go, all
Yeah,
those guys that are on the 12th man, throw them all in,
yeah,
and that would have made it a little bit fair
yeah. Or done
rather than just
something
picking
like
Ronaldo out.
maybe don't make them all as OP, make them a little bit less and put them in. So, because
Yeah,
yeah, it does
something down slightly.
take the shine away from the full team. I understand Ronaldo rating's got to be high as a team of the year because he's got a
Yeah,
95 rated, no 94
yeah,
rated
it's a
already.
beast.
So it kind of has to be because team of the
Yeah.
year is generally the best card of I think last year Ronaldo's 99 might have been very close, pretty much the same card. But
Mm,
normally the team of the year is
yeah.
always the best card because it gets some insane stat boosts to stuff. Like Messi's team of the year always had an amazing stamina and strength boost, whereas his team of the season, even though it was 99, it didn't have that same boost. So they need to keep the team of
Yep.
the year, I guess, the best. But yeah, it's one of those promos where we all hope to pack one. We never do, and it does taint it because we all wish we did. And you see it on Twitter all over the place. Everyone's packed a blue. Everyone's packed 5 Van Dykes. Which is great.
Oh,
Which is great. And I'm not saying it's definitely not a bad thing. And I love it. I love seeing people. But also when you're grinding those packs, you're grinding upgrades, which is the recycling of those packs, and is probably the worst part of all of it because it's not fun. And your hands hurting if you're doing it on the
the
app, whatever.
trolls.
And the trolls coming in
The
there,
trolls.
and you're doing all that and you're like you're
Yeah.
putting so much work in, and then some, like there's other people who get so lucky that like people do 10 packs and
Yep.
get 2 and you're like geez, which is great, but you're envious, you can't help but be envious. But then
It's great. Yeah, still. That's good.
Team of the Year was over, and EA didn't hang around with the next promo. Straight in with
No
a
way.
loading screen on Tuesday, didn't we? For headliners.
Bosh. Yeah,
Uh,
I went straight in. Yeah, I love it. They swapped it around 'cause last year, wasn't it Future Foot Stars first,
I think it
and then
was Future
Headliners was
Stars.
second?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah, yeah.
was. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, because I had some people on stream who didn't play FIFA last year, they don't know what Headliners is. Last year, Rule Simply Headliners is a promo where it's a live card. It's like a one to watch card, so it's dynamic. Basically, it will match the highest rated inform they have, and it added an extra one on. So if somebody had, and their latest inform was an 88 rated, then the headliner would be an 89 rated card. That's what they did last year.
Hmm.
Now this year, and this is something I love that EA have done. I love it, Dryside. I proper love it. And I don't think they've had enough recognition. Not that I've seen. I've not talked about it on stream. So obviously,
Yep.
shit gets leaked all the time about players and stuff. But what EA did, they're putting the loading screen now days in advance, and they put clues in the screen about how it's going to work. You know,
Yeah,
we had that
love that.
that little meter with 4 wins, and there's some letters in the screen, and then they show cards with flags so you can judge who it might be. And we've heard what the rules
Yeah,
what the rules are. I love that. I
yeah.
I think
It's
that's
great.
such a great
Yeah,
move
the
because they're
little,
hype.
little meter. All the hype, people go mad for it, and then people zooming in on and there's like a 70, then a 4, then a 2, and people were linking it to Lewandowski with his stats so far in the year. You had scored X amount of goals, X amount of assists, and something else. It's just all these different conspiracy theories. It's brilliant,
It
and
is.
it gets,
I love
really
it.
gets people hyped up.
It does. And then it doesn't matter. I
Um,
think it doesn't matter if somebody leaks. It kind of takes the like we all I like leaks, but I hate leaks. Kind of if they're there, I'll
yeah,
look at them. If they didn't exist, I wouldn't be bothered. So it's kind of one of those things where, and what I like about this is this kind of it builds the hype, but also removes the leakers' point because a lot of people are so like we don't know. So you couldn't say 100%. You know that is 1,000,000% Lewandowski. Um, Even though I know they've been
yeah.
spelling out players'
Could
names, I
be
don't think
anything.
Lewandowski, but it could be. And you don't know. So even if and you've got a French player on there that everyone thinks is Varane, we don't know 100%. So if somebody leaks it and says it's Varane, we'll be like, well, we think it is because EF kind of pointed it is, but we don't know. So I think it kind of takes if we don't know anything, then we just have to believe the leak. But if we kind of
But
know it's a
isn't the
French player,
headliners?
then I don't know. I think it's brilliant.
But isn't the headliners so good that with Team of the Year, you pretty much know who's going to get into the team. Let's be honest. You know it's the best players, it's top players of that year. Well, apart from a couple where it might be a bit like Kante, nobody was sure that he should get in it, etc. But the rest of the players, you're probably saying, yeah, they're well deserved. They should get into the team. But in this one, it's wide open. But I think isn't the rule not that the player can't be over a 90 rated in their base card, and they
So,
have to have an inform already or two informs already?
So
Is that the case?
from what I understand, and this is actually from Zwayback's tweet that I've seen this. Now I know he's a game changer thing, so I'm assuming this is from he's taken it from maybe the rules last year or something. But I believe that what it is they can't have a live card, so they can't have an RTTF or a one to watch card, any kind of card that updates. They can't
Yep.
have a base card. I don't know if it's 90 and above or I think it
I
is
think it's
90
over
and
90,
above.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 90 and
Yeah.
above. So it has to be an 89 rated and below card as their base card. They have to have had an inform. And I think that is the only
Yep.
criteria that they need. Is
Good, yeah.
and they can't have a team of the year, apparently. So
Yeah. Rules like some players of the 90s, like your Mbappe's, guys like
Neymar,
that, wouldn't get one.
Neymar's another one.
Neymar.
Mbappe had a team of the year, so he wouldn't be in there anyway. But
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry, I meant Neymar. Yep. Yep.
I think, and they've given us, so there's been on terms of players, I think they've pretty much confirmed by text in this. It's all jumbled, so you're making it. But like Mertens, I think Lewandowski with the stats. The other one
Lewandowski's
is
nailed on to get one.
there's another player today. I can't think, but we're talking. People are looking at like Kane. They talked to Nine Golan for Varane, Nine Golan,
Mertens, Royce,
Sterling. I don't think Royce got one last year. He could get one again, but
could.
there's
Nangolan, sure to get one,
It could do, but yeah, Mertens,
I
we
think.
already said, I think comes in there. But it'd be interesting. I think for me, the more interesting thing this year is how it works because
Mm.
previously, as I said, I just explained how it worked last year, but this year they showed us the image. The first one showed like a dial, 1 to 4, and an arrow pointing at 4, and then it had 4 W's in there. Then the next day, it showed another dial with 4 wins on it, and on the 4th win it had a dial again. So people, suggestions, and I think this makes sense, is that people are saying, well, could it be that every 4 wins that player gets, they get an upgrade? So, for example, I don't know, let's just say the headliner comes out and whoever it is an 88 rated, let's just say. When their team wins, and I imagine it'd be league games, when their team wins 4 league games, they will get an upgrade to an 89. And then they win another 4, it will be a 90. And the reason why I think that might work is because, say, Premier League, there's only 16 or 17 games left. So therefore, the max upgrade you could get, if you won every game, like Liverpool might do, if you won every game, you could only get a +4. For a lot of teams, you won't really get a +1. So it could work like that, which is good if you've got good players from a good team, but it's rubbish if you've got somebody like, let's say, Adama Traore. He's rumoured to be in there. But Wolves, how many games are Wolves going to win between now and the end of the season? Are they going to win 8? Probably not going to win. Well, they might win 8.
What would he be? He would be at probably an 85.
I think, well, it depends on the standard boost. So I noticed on the first image we got, the first one, on the right hand side, on the left hand side with the dial, on the right hand side, it kind of showed like chemistry arrows. The arrows on the chemistry card, it showed that. And the first one was a double. So it had 2 of them together and then it had 1 on top. And that makes me think, will the first upgrade they get, so the initial headliner, be a +2 on their latest inform? So for example, this is just me thinking out loud with it, but for example, let's just say Adama Traore, he's an 83 rated, his latest inform. So if you added 2 informs onto that, that would make his headliner would be an 86, because in an inform world, you go from an 83 to an 85. So it'd be an 86 headliner, and then every time Wolves win 4 games, he'd get a +1. And I think that'd be quite cool, because that's quite a good upgrade for him now. And for other cards, that'd be quite a good upgrade. Now, it gets a bit difficult when you look at, if Harry Kane's in there, which he could be, but it could be Vardy they're talking about, or Lewandowski. Lewandowski's already got a 92 team to group stage. So if he gets a +2, that'd be a 94. And if Bayern win every game, he could be a 98. But are Bayern going to win? No, Bayern will probably win 8 to 10 of those games. So the likelihood is he could be a 96 by the end of the season, which actually probably fits in with where this promo should be.
But how exciting does that make the promo whenever, this is one thing I love about, and we've talked about this before, and when we message each other about it, we've done investments in it when there's been a one to watch, and we've bought a one to watch card just because there's been a match on.
Yeah.
So if this is based on individual games, the market will be insane, because people will just be trading. Come Friday, it'll just be, I don't know what way the market will go.
Well, it'll be
up, down, left, right.
How many wins? Because if it is every 4 wins, let's say Wolves have won 3 and they're going into their last game and they're at home to, I don't know, Watford or somebody, but like, I think people will be buying, and it'll be really exciting, because it's just another.
It's great. I just love that.
But we'll see.
Just live. Anything live is brilliant.
Yeah. I will see.
I just love the live concept.
We'll just have to see what it is tomorrow. Well, we're recording this Thursday night, so that's why we say tomorrow. We'll have to just see what it is on Friday. But I'm hyped. I like it. Last year, Pogba and Royce were the best cards. Obviously, Royce kept getting inform after inform and player of the month and stuff. But I think they ended up last year, the headliners, the best cards were Royce 92 and Pogba 92. Now, Pogba obviously only got a couple of upgrades. And I think that's the problem with one to watch. And this is why maybe they've changed headliners, because if it works, essentially it's the same way as, the driving factor of whether that card changes is the performance of the player. I think the problem with that is if your player gets injured, that card's dead in FIFA. Like Lucas Hernandez. Lucas Hernandez or Theo Hernandez? Lucas Hernandez from Bayern Munich. He's been injured. His one to watch is dead, and it's kind of, and then
he's out until March, isn't he?
Yeah, or if somebody doesn't play that well, like if Delix is a bit okay. I think he's had 1 inform, but it's not exactly setting the world alight. And there's some other ones as well, and it happens every year. And I think headliners can often have the same problem because they're based on the players getting informs. Now, I guess headliners is based on people who've already had informs. So you'd expect them to continue, but yeah. So we'll see.
I think what happened was, they've seen the success of the live UCL cards because it's based on your team. So they thought, actually, this is a really good concept. Let's bring in the headliners and move away from the whole one-to-watch side of it, where it's based on individual players.
Yeah.
Because at club level, it's a lot easier to get an upgrade, obviously, if you're not playing, if you're injured. But if your team wins, well, then you still get an upgrade.
Yeah, I think
that works better.
I think that could be it. And because obviously we will get one-to-watch winter edition as well at some point, which will happen.
Yep.
So I think the plan what we'll have headliners now, then it will go into future stars. Then we'll get winter refresh. So that's where people's ratings get upgraded. Last year, we didn't get downgrades. I believe FIFA 18, we used to get downgrades. I think FIFA 18 was the last year we got downgrades. Last year, we didn't get downgrades, only upgrades. You get weak foot upgrades and things like that. And then straight at the end of February, after the ratings refresh, is when they do the winter one to watch. So so you have all the transfers, transfers that will be going through now in January. So it's quite an exciting month.
And I'm going to sound like a child here, but I'm not bitter anyway or salty, but it's one of those ones where I'm more excited about headliners than team of the year because I've probably have more chance of getting one, or I have more chance of affording one. Because even like if I didn't pack a team of the year, I was never going to be able to afford a Ronaldo or Mbappe. So unless I pack one, I couldn't get one. But with headliners, everybody listening to this probably has a good chance that you could probably get one or afford one at some point.
Yeah, so there'll be a mix. There'll be a mix of players from like 80, 84 and up rated. And I think it'll be interesting because we don't know how it works. And I think it is going to be something new. Be interested to see how the market of these cards starts out. Because obviously RTTF cards, they're very expensive. And then they drop down after the group stage finishes, like last month in November. December last month. They kind of dip a bit because everyone loses interest until February when it comes back, and then they start picking up. I wonder how these will react. Like because obviously the value is, and they'll be expensive because they have the value to upgrade. And if a lot of people will pack them and they won't understand how it works, and they'll be listing them. So it'll be interesting to see how the value of these change. Because if it's confusing, and EA aren't clear about how it works, and which they've done before in some promos, then people will be buying and selling them, not sure. Because I haven't, like Scream, I still get people in stream coming on and saying, do you know when Scream cards are getting their upgrades? I've not seen one yet. And I'm like, no, because they weren't. And they're like, oh, right, I didn't know that. Because amazing, people would just assume it. People assume it's the same as last year.
Yeah, we all have to assume that people aren't on Twitter the way we are, where we're constantly seeing the community talking about it, or EA Sports tweeting about it. People just see cards coming out, and so you might get somebody packing one of these cards and just not having a clue about it, just selling it. Not saying they're quick selling it, but they maybe think it's like a man of the match card, that kind of thing. They don't know,
which is understandable because there's a hell of a lot of cards.
100%.
What they should do, I think EA, what they should do is, when you press R3, PlayStation users, and it brings up the attributes and all of that stuff, there should be one tab which just explains what the card is and if there's anything special, how it works. So, for example, one to watch, it literally just has the blurb they put on the website. So people, when they have the card, they don't have to go anywhere. They can literally click at the right, that's how it works. Or a headliner, that's RTF, that's how it works. So an RTF card would show the overall ratings for that one, because that would make it so easy. Because I think EA probably forget that a lot of people are not, or most people probably aren't on Twitter that play the game. And if you don't be on Twitter, I don't know how you actually know how they work. Like if you only play PlayStation, it doesn't tell you anywhere on PlayStation or Xbox, whatever you use. It doesn't. You have to go onto the internet to check how it works.
You think there's a massive amount of people playing, and my kids play FIFA, and they're 8 and 10. They're not going to be on Twitter. They then come to me for advice. But
poor buggers.
Well, probably isn't the best. Maybe I should put them through.
No wonder they're crap at FIFA.
I was going to say you, but not you. But an age group between let's say 10 to 15, maybe a bit less than 15, because we're too old. We don't really know how many people are on social media. But let's say 10 to 13. That's still a huge amount of people or kids that don't maybe necessarily have a clue what these are, or what they're used for, of the value of them, foot bin, those kind of things. So I guess you can kind of manipulate the market a little bit too.
Yeah,
that's part of that.
No, definitely. So it'll be interesting tomorrow. So that is headliners. We'll see. Good luck, everyone, with packing one. Again, tweet us. Let us know. We want to see. We're going to be a bit more active on Twitter.
Show us your pills.
Yeah, we're going to be a bit more active on Twitter. So make sure you get over and follow us, and we'll be tweeting a bit more. And I guess let's move on to some questions.
Yes, question time.
Go for it. Do you want to kick off? I think you've got the first one, haven't you?
Have I got the first one? Where was the first question?
Didn't it come in from Mini Dryside?
Oh, yeah. So, and this is sort of, I'll digress a little bit here, but I was playing with the kids out in the garden last weekend, and and a lot of people will relate to this and listen to it. And I said to Chuff on the day I texted him, said they were doing this, and it was comedy gold. I was in the kitchen, they were playing in the back garden, and I heard the two of them, two boys, and one was doing nets, one was out taking shots, but they were saying to each other, um, "Who are you? Who are you gonna be?" So like, my youngest, he was like, "Oh, I'm Donnarumma," and then the oldest, he was like, "I'll be Lukaku." I just remember that from our childhood. It just doesn't change generation after generation. That you always want to be that player.
Yeah, I remember it
You,
fondly.
yeah, it's great. You always thought, right, if I'm gonna be, I'd be like, I'm gonna be, towards vet, classic Tottenham goalkeeper. You'd save everything because you were that player. You said you were gonna be that player, and you'd save everything.
Yeah.
I remember back then, we used to go around to a field, and we'd like dig up the grass, put in wooden posts for goal posts. I think some guy, one of our mates, like his dad done fishing, so we got his fishing net, put up the fishing net on the wooden post, proper net.
That's pretty
No,
sophisticated. We were like
yeah,
jumpers, or
another,
when we didn't have jumpers, somebody might have to
no,
sacrifice a sock or something.
no, we were all out. We like go wooden, we stole the wooden panels off people, but and then we like put them in the ground. Some guy's dad, he like owned a cement company, would get cement them into the ground, so you had proper posts. So I
Oh,
had to set them
proper,
in the day.
proper. Okay.
Yeah, like solid posts. It was great. And then, but we didn't have enough. The other side had like jumpers for goal posts. But yeah, so they come in. We had lunch, and they weren't talking about the podcast. It's just kids being kids. And my oldest son said to me, "If this is a great one, I'll put this to you, Chuff. If one player was to turn up at your door, who would it be and why? Whether it was now or when you were young."
Who would it be and why? Okay. Oh, there's a few. There's a few. I think. Oh, it's tough to narrow this down to a few. There's a boring. Okay, I'm gonna give you two answers. There's a boring answer, which would be Thierry Henry, just because he's a legend. It'd be great to sit down with him and have a chat and have a cup of tea and just kind of and have a chat and chew the fat on everything. But then on a more interesting side, I'd also love to sit down with some of the real characters, characters from back in the day. So like, if Paul Merson or Gaza or some of these real characters out of those came in, because you're going to
Yep.
get some stories that you're going to get some absolute brilliant stories, not just about football but off the pitch, on the pitch, and it's going to be really entertaining. So I'd say one of those two, Paul Mertens or Gaza.
Yeah, it's just because you don't get those characters anymore. First of all, I thought
No,
Gaza. I just want to hear all the stories.
yeah, exactly.
Everything that happened in the UK and everything happened in Italy. I actually said to him I would want Zidane because I would want to sit down and not about being the best player or
Why'd
whatever it
you
might
nut him?
be, but I want. Well, yeah, that was the first thing I said. Why did you headbutt him in the final? Like, why? What was through your head? And he'd have to answer honestly. Thought that was a genius one. But yeah, that was that question. So yeah, everybody will relate to that. Everybody that's listening has one player in their head. They'll go, yeah, I would want him to knock my door.
Yeah, it's quality. I
So
like
it's
that.
quite good.
That's really good. Okay, next question. Do you want to shoot with this one? I think it came in to you, didn't it?
Yeah, so it's from DC Squeaky Will. So he said, "What is the favorite card you've used this FIFA?" So put that out to you. What's the favorite card you've used this FIFA?
Tini Akante, without a shadow of a doubt. He is an absolute dream. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The guy is everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. He's so good. He's actually he's probably playing two games of football at the same time. He's literally that good. He is just everywhere. And his card can do everything. It's sickening. But yeah, Tini Akante, without a shadow. How about you?
Um, I haven't had the scale of those kind of players, but I'd probably say one guy because I've wanted him for probably the last three FIFAs, and I finally got him mainly because of the introduction of icon swaps. And you'll know who it is already.
I know it is, yeah.
Is Rio Ferdinand.
Big Rio.
Love him. I just think he's an absolute rock. Some people hate him. He's like maybe a bit of Marmite. You love him, you hate him, but I think he's solid. 85 one. Cleans everything up for me at the back. Maybe it's just kind of style I play, but yeah, for
Drop
me
back.
personally, drop back. What he tends to do is
Only drop back players pick
he stands-
defenders as their best players, by the way. Let's just wrap that up.
Yeah,
Like that.
Rio Ferdinand, he tends to stand behind, slightly behind, just a little bit behind them, just to cover the back line. But yeah, he's a great player. So no attackers for
Nice.
me, just because I love defending so much. Maybe because I'm under so much pressure. I don't know.
That's probably why. Guys, listening, tell us again, tweet us, let us know who's your favourite player you're using at Two Old FUTs on Twitter, all right? Let us know who your favourite player is on FIFA at the minute and why, all right? Always glad to hear. Next question. This one is coming from Mav. I don't know why I call him Mav because his name is actually Maven, but Mav the Mavinator. So Mav has asked, what has been the worst promo ever on FIFA?
Worst promo ever.
Now, if your memory's as bad as mine, I can go back to FIFA 18 at a push.
Yeah. Bearing in mind that I was a fit founder FIFA 09, so there's no way I'm going back then. I don't think I even done promos back then.
There you go. That's the worst promo
I'm
because
gonna
it didn't
stick
exist.
Yeah, it didn't exist. No promos. That's it. I'm done. It was probably I didn't like last year FIFA 19. I didn't like the carnival, and I can't really put my finger on it why I didn't. I think it was because it was quite restricted the number of people that were in it. I think the choice was poor of why they done it. You had to be was a certain criteria. No, it couldn't have been because you had the likes of Toby Alderweireld, Neymar. I just didn't like. I liked the card. The card was quite cool. I think it came out at a certain time when it was the carnival on in like the South Americas, Argentina and Brazil, but yet they included European players in it as well.
Yeah,
Which to me didn't really make sense.
I literally
So
have
why
no
is
idea.
Hector Berlin in on? It's a carnival, so why have I got Hector Berlin? Muller. That was really confusing. It was just like they were just trying to put a promo out just for the sake of putting a promo out. So for me, yeah, Carnival for me. And it's strange because I don't think you'll ever see it again because the Carnival only happened so many years. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, that last
But
year
no, I didn't
Carnival,
like
it
it.
was Carnival, wasn't it? Yeah, last year.
Yeah. But I think it's a Carnival. It's every year. There's a Carnival in
Yeah, there's every
Rio de
year.
Janeiro
Yeah,
so,
there is a
and
yearly
they're not going to
Carnival.
release it again. So it
Yeah.
was just thrown in there. To me, it was an afterthought by EA.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I sometimes do wonder how much planning goes into these. I
Yeah,
think
it's how much revenue's up or down.
exactly.
Perhaps it's like conspiracy theories again, but I think they thought we'll get a bit of revenue. So when I don't know there's a carnival on, yeah, let's do carnival.
What's been mine?
So yeah, for me,
I'm torn. There's two which I really didn't like. I'm gonna go with Path to Glory, which was in FIFA 18 or FIFA 17. Is it FIFA? No, Movember was FIFA 17, which I also hated because the card design was the ugliest thing ever. Obviously,
horrible.
the story behind it and the cause and everything's amazing. I just didn't like the card design. It was brown. It was disgusting, and that put me off. And the cards were pretty rubbish as well. So that I didn't really like
Yeah, man.
that. But the main one I didn't like was Path to Glory, which was FIFA 18, and I think most other promos I can tell you how they work. Like this was Path to Glory with a live a promo that was linked to internationals. So like they got an upgrade if they got into this before the World Cup. They got an upgrade. No, they had all these cards were in packs, and then if they got into their national squad 23, they became like a live card, and then they would get live updates depending on how the national team did or something. I literally the fact I can't remember how it properly worked is because it was just poor. I remember I had a couple of players in my club and they barely upgraded, and it was just weak.
Yep.
It was complicated. And people might be listening and be like, nah, it's easy. What you on about? But just from my memory right now, it's one of the ones, like everything else, I can tell you, I want to watch work. So I can tell you, how other ones will work. But this one I'm like, I don't know. And I think it was a bit confusing. And like looking at it, I had a quick look before and the upgrade grades weren't best. I think they weren't great. I think the best cards at the end of the year was like an 87 rated Leroy Sane, which by the end of FIFA is not great. So it's just kind of like, I might have been Icardi actually got an 88, but it wasn't. I don't know. That's for me the worst promo. I just think it was again. Yeah, it's just like it's pointless. We didn't need it.
Yeah, it seems to be a common thread, but there's always going to be, at least in every FIFA at some point, there'll be one promo that's a pointless one because they'll just look at the figures and think we're just going to sell packs.
Yeah, but I do feel for them in a way because we demand it. Like today,
Yeah,
so
it's true.
we've just had
It's the
Team of the
community.
Year. We've had
Yeah.
Team of the Year on Tuesday. Tomorrow we've got headliners. And the last 2 days, I've had people saying, why aren't we getting content? and we did get content yesterday. We got a Moments Shah, and we got the League SBC for League Center. But people are like, do you think we need content today? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, that's annoying. I'm like, well, it's not. Like, we got another promo. Like, we don't expect content every day. And so I feel, because EA, people want the content. When they deliver it, we moan about it because we say they're money grabbers.
That's
So
true.
they can't win. They really can't.
No, they can't.
They can't win. But
But they put themselves on that pedestal. They put themselves in that position, to do that because they make so many mess ups, and people then, slam them for that. Then if they bring out a promo that's not great, slam for that. If they don't bring out a promo, they slam for that. So yeah, I do feel sorry for them. Probably 0.01%. Funny enough, same as the pack lock.
Exactly.
So,
And then the last question I have is from another one from
Mm-hmm.
Mav, actually. Thank you, Mav. Is what promo... I got to remember what it is now. I didn't write it down for some reason. Oh, no, it was if you could devise a promo. So just kind of a short summary of what that promo would be. So if you were to introduce a promo to FUT right now, so after headliners, it was down to Dryside to tell us what the promo was. Give us a summary of what that would be.
I think I would go completely left field with this one. Some will agree, some won't. But I think it's genius. I think I would go with a promo for actual consumable cards, but real, extreme consumable cards. So you do it like as in an SBC. So let's say you got a consumable card would be for either there'd be an SBC for a weak foot, so 5-star weak foot, and you'd have an SBC for a 5-star skill move. So you can imagine if you're doing an SBC
Can you
and it
imagine how
pops up,
much that would be?
6 o'clock. Oh, you could be talking. How much would you? I'll put you in a position.
Hundreds. It would cost hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, if you have a player, what player do you have that's, if you can think off the top of your head,
Maradona.
who's got a
Maradona.
right
3-star fight, 3-star weak foot.
3-star weak foot.
Yeah.
So if you were to get Maradona to a 5-star weak foot, bearing in mind how much he is, how much would you pay for that card?
All depends on how much I can sell it for. And I would say that the reason I would pay a lot for it is because of the resale value. Because at the minute, if you compare cards with 5-star weak foot, there's a huge premium on them. And that is because pros like to use cards with 5-star weak foot generally. It's kind of a lot of the time they have like Eusebio obviously is one of the top cards in the game because of weak foot. People loved Baby Dalglish, weak foot. Son is always one that people use a lot, weak foot. And it's always like, Ben Yedda's another one who everyone uses, got 5-star weak foot. And it's all drummed in. And that, like Ben Yedda, why is Ben Yedda so expensive? Because he's got a 5-star weak foot. Why is 87 rated Son still 250k? Because he's got 5-star weak foot. So I believe that can add a lot of value onto a card. So,
Oh yeah,
it all depends on the card, like to how much you'd pay for it. But I think, if, like, for example, if Maradona had 5-star weak foot, baby Maradona, which I think is probably worth about 1.6 million now, 1.7 million, he'd be like 3 million. 2.5, 3 million.
How unique
Easy.
would that make your player though?
Easy.
That can make your player like. People say, I thought about it going, well, surely you could only do that for the top end players, but no, if you had a player that's, I don't know, Harry Kane, and you got him to 5-star weak foot or vice versa, the 5-star skill moves, that player for you is unique, and somebody to buy that, like that changes his whole value in the market completely.
No, I like the idea, but, and by the way, I know some people are going to come in and just be like, oh, that's rubber. We're just throwing ideas out. It's just literally throwing ideas.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. And it doesn't, you need to be, we're not saying it's the perfect thing. We're just throwing ideas just for a bit, to answer the question. But no, I think it could be cool. I'd like the idea of getting it. What would mine be? I think, now I'm talking within the realms of the game now, right? So if someone in FIFA 20, so, I would love to see a completely different system with like the development of players and stuff. But I would like to see something. I've seen this kind of go on Twitter a little bit in a similar form, but like, I would love to be able to like flashback different rated versions of the same card that go back, like a flashback to like Messi when he was lower, flashback to Ronaldo, flashback to Neymar. So you get lower rated versions of them. So you might get an 89 rated Messi, an 88 Ronaldo, an 87, 86 Neymar, just because I think that'd be quite cool, just because not everyone can afford those cards. And then it's something they've never done before. It gives you an option to pack. pack them. And obviously, in an ideal side, I'd love it to be able to, you could develop them and get them upgraded over time. But I know EA won't do that. So, because that would probably my first one is cards that you can pack and upgrade them with objectives. But I just don't see that happening. But yeah, so I'm going to flash back. So you can get all these top cards that have been, and even like, but just maybe slightly lower versions. And then, so for example, Messi, and I think what you'd find with that as well is cards like Messi, who has probably lost some pace now. He was pacey when he was younger. That card with a chem style, like Eusebio, baby Eusebio's got a bit more pace than I think his mid one. So because of the chem styles you can add, it actually turns out to be a kind of better striker. People prefer him. The same thing can happen with Messi. People might be like, you know what, 89 Messi's got 93 pace. You can improve his shooting in that with a chem style. But I love that, having that natural pace. So I don't know, it's just, my idea would be something along the lines of that, just to get more versions of them in the game. So everyone can use a Messi, but it may be 89 rated, but that's still cool.
I'd also throw out a caveat with mine that there would be an SB. A card would be 3-star skill moves or a 3-star weak foot. But as you played the game and you used skill moves more and you shot or scored with your weak foot more, that card would increase as you went along.
So like
the weak foot would go higher and the skill move would go higher.
I think that's
dynamic card.
That's what the game is crying out for, in my opinion. Now, like FIFA is crying out for a real proper development, because we've had a sniff of it with objectives, and you've got these like milestone cards that can be upgraded. But what we all want is something we can develop. What we want to do is bring a player into our club, right? Bring in somebody, whether it's Varane or whatever. And I know this is a completely different structure to the game it is now. I know that. Because obviously informs would be irrelevant and stuff. Although I think you should have live form, so cards value they should go up and down. So like imagine this, like, and we're off topic here completely, but imagine like Varane, you can pack different ratings of him. Let's say you picked an 82 Varane. Say if you're going to build him up, you build him up. If he gets an inform, what happens is everyone who's got Varane gets a +1 on that card for a week, or a +2 for a week. Because that's what an inform does. It gives you a +2 on that card for a week. So whether your Varane is still an 82, or whether you've got him up to a 90 or an 88, obviously that's a lot of grinding with that card. That'd be brilliant. I know it completely changes FUT, but I think that'd be brilliant. Like from a gamer's perspective, I would love that.
Yeah.
But
just lots of live attributes. Just bring it to life a bit more.
It would. Yeah, it'd be great.
Be good.
So
the challenge.
Challenge? What challenge?
Oh, you know what challenge is coming. Well, you don't.
What are you on about?
That's the good thing about it.
I'm going through a tunnel.
So, as everybody well knows, Chuff is a big Twitch streamer. He has already hit elite, and
teeny weeny tiny
sometimes
streamer.
very focused on it. He's a teeny weeny tiny. He needs some help sometimes. So, answer me this. Have you ever, when you played football when you were younger, long time ago, were you ever a captain of a team? Did you ever, be given the arm, that elusive armband? You always want to be the captain.
Yeah,
Agree?
I was captain, yeah.
So you know what's involved in being a captain?
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you see as that perfect role model?
Basically, okay, what I would say is a perfect role model for a captain is basically take all of your attributes and go the complete opposite. It's probably where I think that sums it up in a nice quick way for viewers rather than me listing them all. Am I right in where I think you're going with this?
So you've a leader, it's somebody who shouts in the internally on the pitch. It's somebody who can drag a team from like a Stevie G can get a very average team to drag them up to being a Champions League winning team. And what I'm proposing, and this is your challenge, and I've been here before. I've been a captain all my life. I've been a coach. I've been a manager. I've now decided that as part of this challenge, I'm now going to be the manager and mainly the captain of Chuff FC for the next weekend.
Wait a minute. I'm manager and chairman of Chuffsters FC here. Wait a minute. This is a coup.
We're gonna so we're gonna adapt this. I'm gonna be the captain. Okay, so you're gonna imagine me as the man in your ear. So if let's say you're my teammate, centre midfielder, or you're behind me or in front of me, I'm gonna be that guy as come on, Chuff, we're gonna move, we're going out wide, spread the play, switch wings. I'm gonna be in your ear, giving you that earache, giving you advice, driving that team forward, and nobody else, the stream might not listen to it, but you'll have it in your ear. You'll be listening to that advice, you'll be listening to me driving you forward, you'll be listening to me in the 80th minute when you're 1-all. I'll drag that team over the line for 2-1. If we're 1-0 down, I'll drag you through to get that draw.
I'll be muting you in the first minute of the first game. You just talk to yourself for like 3 hours.
We're gonna test the theory that can you go to the next level, not just elite, above that level. And if people want to hear it on stream, I'll gladly do it. But if I'm just going to be in Chuff's ear and then driving him forward, I'm not picking his tactics, but I will be saying, right, Chuff, we need a sub here. 70th minute. Maradona's looking tired.
Play wide.
He's gone.
Play narrow.
His left foot's gone. His legs have gone. We need to move him. You have to follow my direction for every move in the game, whilst over the period of the weekend when you're on.
All right.
And I want to see where we can take your game to. And everybody, if you're out there, you tell us, where can we take it? Will it go backwards? Will we take him forwards? Will I take him to the next level? Or
will you take him to the next level? I love this. Next, you'll be asking for a payment. So what's my salary?
The challenge is a Mars bar. So the challenge is, can I take Chuff's team to the next level, being his captain for a single weekend league, and every match he plays, every match that I can get on when he's on, and he may just be playing halfway through the game. Next thing, bang! I'm on stream with him on his ear, giving him orders, shouting to him, "What's going on? Let's break down this match. What's happening?" So you have to answer to me. You have to give me a breakdown.
Are you here to start?
What is it?
You're here to start 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, then, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be ready for it.
You got work, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll be in the boardroom.
In the board. I might need it. Actually, I'm doing. I'm going to put details out. I'm doing a charity stream in a couple of weeks, and I will be tweeting details out. But I might actually need your help for that, because that definitely will need some coaching. But no, I'm up for the challenge. I'll do it this weekend if you want.
Yeah, let's see how this weekend goes, and this could be a thing for the future. This could change gaming forever.
I do know people who do it. They do have people on there just so they can talk, and I think it is right, because sometimes you get so into the game you don't see something. Like, often I look at the stream and somebody's like, you need to play wider, he's playing so narrow, you can get space, because I don't spot it, because you're so into the game, just concentrating, you don't see some of the wider things. So I think it could be useful. I'm up for trying it.
That could be great. Just you have to follow it. You can't, and if you argue with me, you'll be in the change rooms at half time. We'll be having words
over our halftime oranges.
We'll have oranges. If I have to start throwing tea and coffee around, I'm not joking. I'll do it.
Throw a boot at me.
Let's be I'm not joking. This is professional. We've got to take this seriously. If you're going to do it, you've got to do it right.
We're going to fall out within like one game. Sub him. Nah. I'm telling you, sub him. I'm telling you, no.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, sub him.
Get him off right now.
Right. Oh, Dryside's dropped
off,
everyone. Sorry.
No.
No. Get him off now. Oh, I can't do access at all. All right. Okay. I'm up for that. Guys, if you want to tune in, make sure you drop over to my stream. All right. Stream every day. It's Chuffsters on Twitch. I know a lot of you will know me from that, because you've come here from the stream, because you know me and Dryside from it. I think that's everything we're going to cover today, mate. Wasn't it?
Yeah. Everything's, it was good. It was a good chat.
It was a good chat.
Good. Happy.
Until next week, guys, remember, questions, let us know. Your pools from the headliners, let us know. What else was there? Anything. Tweet us. We love it.
Yeah, we've forgotten already.
Yeah, I know. Just so old. It's late. I need some sleep. Guys, have a great week. Good luck at headliners, and you'll hear. We'll be back next week.
Bye.
All right. Cheers, everyone.